All right, everyone, here we go with the Friday reading. One card for each sign, which we know are not signs. I'm just dividing the soulmate cycle into 12 pieces. We use the sign names for reference. What are they? I'm not your astrologer. This ain't your horoscope. About 9 out of the 12 should resonate with you. All right. What are they thinking and feeling? I don't know. But I do have somebody watching you. All right? I mean, every breath you take, every move you make, it could be Sting. Is Sting watching you? I mean, it might be. Or it could be the police. Either one would be valid, okay, with those song lyrics. Either way, somebody's watching you. It's a soul connection. So if it is the police, you have a soul connection with them. And the same applies to Sting. I'm not trying to get Sting any stalkers, so it's probably not Sting. That's what I got. That's all I got here. I cut the deck before I hit record. That's what I got. That page just staring at me, watching me. And they got a lot of questions for you. Somebody's got a lot of questions, right? What's that? What's that do? What's that? Why do you do that? And what's that? Shut up. So again, it could be the police for some of you. I don't know. I'm sure they may have questions too. All right, here we go. Let's see where we're at here. Come on now. Shuffle the deck. What are they thinking and feeling? We don't clarify this reading. Tomorrow we ask what actions they're likely to take. Right? Again, about 9 out of the 12 should resonate. Never mind the sign names. I'm not your astrologer. This ain't your horoscope. Well, that's encouraging. Somebody wants to come forward, but they got questions first. They're thinking about something to ask you. And they're watching, studying. What can I ask? Right? Okay. All right. Knight of Cups is the overall energy of everything that's going to fall. It's like somebody wants to know in advance if you'd accept the cup. Or they want to know in advance if you're ever going to reach out to them. Could play either way. Take it as it resonates, as the kids like to say. All right? Okay, there's text at the top of the description that explains why there's no timestamps here for anybody who's new. We don't have a lot of new people here lately. I think my soul tribe has... I think we're at that point. That's fine. It's good. That's good. There's more people. That's a bigger soul tribe than what I thought it would be, to be honest with you. I thought for sure it was just going to be the initial 6 people that were here. I had no idea. I don't know. There's something else attached to it. Let's just go with it. All right? Let's just roll with it. Our story starts with slice number 1 of our 12-slice pie. We're splitting the cycle in 12 pieces and ends with number 12 here. Aries, Pisces, if you're interested in the sign names. You shouldn't be. I'm not your astrologer. What's the first card? Ace of Cups. Yeah. Somebody's got love they want to share with you. They're thinking about telling you how they feel. Okay? But they want to know in advance, right? Yeah, they're jamming themselves up. I wanted to see what was under this after that. They're jamming themselves up because they want to know in advance that there's a definite yes. Or they want to know in advance that you're going to reach out so they can just, relax and prepare for the phone call or email or whatever. I don't know. It doesn't always, life doesn't work that way. Somebody needs to tell the DM side of this soulmate cycle that life doesn't work the way they think it does. Okay? I think it's important. I think it's important in societal energies, and I think it's important in the soulmate cycle. That life just doesn't work the way they think it does. All right? You can't make up your own math. And you can't make up your own rules in love. All right? Taurus, position 2, the Fool. Now, this is good, actually. This person thinking about, fuck it, I don't have this information. Everybody's love is falling out. Like, this just reminds me of having to take a pee so bad, you just go, right? You just go. You don't even care if somebody in line at the store, you're in Target at line, and you just go. Or you're in a dressing room, and you just go, right? I mean, it's a bit of that. Somebody here, the love is running like piss that can't be held back. Somebody here is just thinking, fuck it, I'm just going to go for it, right? I mean, I agree with them on some level. Why waste all this piss? At the end of the day here, they're going to somebody's thinking about I'm just going to try it. Taking a leap of faith. All right? They're thinking about it. We're asking what they're thinking and feeling. Tomorrow we ask what actions they're likely to take. Same type of thing, but we clarify. Okay. Position 3. It's a 3. 3 of Cups. Why are we so emotional here? Everybody's person's very emotional. And I think it's confusing them. I think it's making them want to ask questions. Wonder, what are we going to do? How's this going to work? And you don't need to know how everything's going to work in advance. I don't get it. Somebody here is just very emotional. They feel like they can do anything. I just think it's delusional on some level. Somebody here is talking from the heart. I think they're doing it on their side in their life, and it's a bad idea. And I think they want to do it to you, and that's a good idea. I get that. The Gemini position always runs into that. Somebody's tired of their oppressor here. And they're very emotional. Think about it this way. What I'm trying to say is, it sometimes isn't a good idea. A friend might try to talk you down from a ledge if you're too emotional. Maybe you shouldn't go over there, sweetie. You're very emotional right now. I mean, that kind of a thing, right? Sometimes it's a bad idea, just, that's sort of what's going on here. Cancer, the hot spot of the connection cycle, the theme energy of the whole cycle, the whole soulmate cycle we're in, right? If you are new here and you don't know what that is, I wrote a whole blog article on it, right? Understanding the soulmate cycle, it's in the blog, along with this year's Christmas track, which is getting hit like crazy. I don't know who the fuck. What's up with the downloads on the SLT Rocks the Holidays this year? Holy shit. Anyway, cool. Right on. Anyway, sltblog.com. Go read the article all about the soulmate cycle. Bookends the Ace of Cups. There's something here for everybody. See, and I held there for a second, and I was like, I took a breath, and I'm like, yeah, the Seven of Pentacles. It's all they can think about. It's what I said earlier. I'm going to give it to you in an analogy, because I think it's perfect. I said you're standing in line at Target or some other store. I don't mean to pee on Target. I like Target, okay? Anyway, you're standing in line at a store, and you got to pee so bad, you just go. It's all you could focus on, though, if you've got to pee, right? It's all you can think about. All you can think about, and you tell yourself, oh, I got to think about something else. Let me think about something else. That way, no, until I can get to the car and find a coffee can or something, right? I don't know. Do you keep a coffee can in your car to pee in? I do. Anyway, at the end of the day, but, I'm from the country, so it's what we do. Either a mason jar, a coffee can, or a water jug. The Seven of Pentacles, it's all somebody can think about is you. And it's interesting that he's wearing a mustard yellow fucking shirt here, which is the energy around the soulmate cycle connections. It's the energy specifically around the Cancerian connections within the Cancerian soulmate cycle. And we are in the year of the mustard rhino energy, which is also an article in my blog you should read about so you know what's going on with the coming year. The title I gave it, and why I gave it that title. Everybody's what are they thinking and feeling? Everybody's person seems to be emotionally consumed with them. All right? But they also have questions. They have questions and concerns. And this person at least is willing to take a leap of faith. This person's getting lippy. This person can't hold back anymore. But they just got so many questions. They don't know what to do because this is the most closely tied to all the cards that we had earlier from the bottom of the deck. And then everybody's person is just locked in it. Okay, it's all they can think about. It's all consuming. What's with you, right? Why are you so consuming right now? I don't know. Let's see. Leo soap opera. The Leo soap opera, position 5. Fuck my ass. Yeah, I knew it was going to be something. I felt it. You heard my voice kind of curve downwards before I threw that. I thought it was going to be the death card, I'll be honest with you. I thought for sure it was a death card. I'm not the amazing Kreskin. I can't predict what card's going to come out. If I could, we could go to Vegas right now, and none of us would ever need to work again. I'd just sit with you and go, it's an ace, right? But I can predict whether it's sad or glad, sort of a thing. This is sad. It's just sad. It's not even hurt. It should be a 5 of Cups, but no. I usually get this type of energy. Somebody here with the Leo soap opera, somebody fell ill. Did their parent fall ill or something like that? I don't know. Maybe. There's some sort of heartache that's happening on their side right now. I have no idea what it is. And I'm just giving you an example. Don't run with that. It could be a relationship. The toxic relationship they're in has hit a stormy patch. It could be that. But geez, you'd think they'd be used to that by now. That's a cycle that comes around pretty quickly. I don't know. What are they thinking and feeling about you? Maybe a woulda, coulda, shoulda type vibe. A melancholy kind of sadness, right? Melancholy. Right? No, that's Mellencamp. I'm talking about melancholy. Somebody asked, what the hell? No. Hurts so, well, maybe John Mellencamp hurts so good, although he was cougar back then. But, I mean, hurts so good. I mean, a little bit of that, I don't know. Their pain toward you is both positive and negative. That's why I say that. It's really weird. Okay. All right. Anyway, I don't know. Virgo, position 6. Sometimes my wild card spot. Sometimes you guys show up here. I hope you do. I need some input. I've got all this fucking emotion. I should just go talk to Steve's viewer, and I can't stop thinking about Steve's viewer. And it's Steve. Okay. All right. What is it? The Queen of Swords. There you are. That's you. Yeah, you show up here. Well, you might say, but Steve, that's kind of a cold, harsh card. I'm not a cold, harsh person. I know you're not. You're a Steve Love Tarot viewer, right? I mean, you're persnickety, maybe. You're the holder of truth. It's not. I'm curious as to why it's not a king, and I'm trying to get that answer from the energy. That's why I'm saying that. It feels like it should be a King of Swords because it's an energy where I want to say you're the holder of the truth. You're the holder of the clarity. But in the back of the energy, it's probably a queen because of all these clouds down here, but you're not sure if you even want to be bothered, right? You might want to just be alone here in your throne, right? It's kind of the way it is. I don't know. Somewhere deep down, you hope you don't have to deliver a truth. I don't know what that means. But it's you guys showing up. It's for a good number of you. Could be something small. It could be something big. I don't know. It's just energy. Try not to jump to the biggest thing. I mean, it could be something very small. I don't want to deliver a truth. I don't know. I don't want to tell someone I didn't like their casserole. You know, it could be something tiny like that. You're the holder of the truth. It implies a little bit that somebody's going to ask you for it. You're inclined to not give it. You know that if you give too much of it, too much clarity is not necessarily a good thing. Try to balance it out. You might need to throw a little, well, for lack of a better way to put it with the white puffy clouds, a little white lie in here somewhere, just to kind of temper the truth a little bit. All right? Whatever it is. Okay. Libra, position 7. The 7 of Wands. Wow. These two are connected. Strangely, actually, so is this. These 3, but these 2 are connected. And I said, position 3 got a 3, and position 7 gets a 7. That's interesting. That's very interesting to me. For you, it probably doesn't mean anything, but for me, it does. There's a lot of communication here. Somebody wants to talk to you, but they're not sure if you want to talk to them. And again, it's that person that wants answers first. They want some kind of certainty. What is it with the DM side and certainty? Are they not familiar with the uncertainty principle? I mean. The only certainty you're going to get is that there's going to be uncertainty, all over the place. I mean, you don't know. Somebody here is afraid of what they don't know. They're afraid of what you have to tell them. So again, pay attention to what I said here. They may approach, I see communication, but somebody's very emotional in a vulnerable state. I'm showing you where the cards are feedbacking, which is proof of why I don't put timestamps here. Because this card is of no use. If you clicked Libra, it's of no use unless you watch Gemini and Virgo and then can put them together in real time. And a lot of people wouldn't because they'd be like, well, neither one of those is in my chart. And I don't care about your chart. And yeah, you sound like that. Don't give a fuck about your chart. Don't care. It doesn't matter. I care about your chart as little as I care about the nutrition label on a box of Pop-Tarts. I don't care. Right? They just taste good. All right. Which is why I'm not allowed to eat them. But at the end of the day here, somebody's very emotional right now. They're in an emotionally fragile state. And they're worried what you're going to say. Temper it. If you got to tell a little white lie, tell a little white lie. Okay? Chill. Temper the truth with, soften the truth. I don't know how else to put it. All right? That's all I can say. They're in a fragile state. Somebody attached to you. And they may not normally be. They're just very, very emotional right now. Sometimes when people are emotional, anytime somebody's overly emotional, it's a fragile state. right? He could snap off at any time. You could say the wrong thing without even realizing it. You could have a perfectly, if somebody who's emotional as I'm getting here, you could have a perfectly normal conversation with them. You think everything's going good, and you make one little sarcastic crack off to the side, and it all goes to shit. The next thing you know, they're holding a frying pan, and it's coming straight at your head. I mean, it is that kind of energy. So pay attention to what I said here. All right? Whether it's in your chart or not, I don't care. All right, Scorpio, my hot Scorpios, position 8, the hot Scorpio energy, right? A magician, well, look at that. All right. It's a rabbit out of a hat energy. I don't get this one very often. I get smoke and mirrors a lot on the magician, which would be a reversed magician, somebody hiding something, smoke and mirrors, trickster kind of a thing. I get alchemy, which would be lead into gold. This is my, so massive transformation. I get a new journey beginning energy sometimes, but I don't think I've ever gotten here on Steve's Love Tarot, as I can remember, pulling a rabbit out of a hat energy. This is usually reserved for my offline reads and some of my quirkier friends, if you will. You're about this. You guys are attached here. You're about to make some kind of a miracle happen for somebody, and it's nothing for you. You don't even realize you did. It's something you say. I think you helped somebody. This has come up in this position before. I mean, we are in Scorpio energies right now, right? We got Mercury going backwards in Scorpio. Your words are very powerful right now. Even the smallest thing you say changes somebody's life. But it's a bit of a rabbit out of a hat energy in the sense of it's a simple trick for this magician. Even the novice, it's like, yeah, whatever. It's no big deal. It's like to a guitar player, it's like smoke on the water. It sounds real cool to somebody who doesn't know how to play, but it's pretty much people that don't know. It's the song people that don't know how to play know how to play. It's no big deal. You're about to pull some kind of something very special, something that's no big deal for you, that really makes somebody's day, really makes them smile. All right? And I believe you get a karmic backslap on that really kind of helps you out quite a bit. You're about to get very helped by the energies around you. So if you usually resonate with this position 8, good for you. Right? Pull that rabbit. Right on. All right. Tell you what. Position 9. My Sexitarians, always a pain in my ass. Sometimes part of the cycle, sometimes not. It's always some 11th dimension crap that comes in here. You got some kind of a guardian around you. If you identify with my Sexitarian position, position 9, I'm telling you right now, and I've told you this before, I took a peek at the card. You've got some kind of fucking, I don't know what the fuck is around you, but it's like a wall or something. I don't know. I picture that, the guy from the Fantastic Four who's made of rocks. I think he's called the Thing. Right? You got that. But it's like a whole orange wall of it. I don't know. The 10 of Wands here. Somebody's trying to fuck you over. And they're having the hardest time doing it. It's like everything they try goes wrong. All right? I think it's behind the scenes. We opened with the Page of Swords, which is somebody spying, but you may not know. Right? It's the barn owl in the animal deck. And I talk about that all the time. Right? You've walked under them. All of you have walked under a barn owl at some point and not known. Okay? I guarantee it. All right? Unless you live somewhere where there's absolutely no tree. Steve, I'm in the tundra. Right? The only place it might be difficult right now is Ireland, where they're endangered at the moment. But aside from that, all right, somebody behind the scenes is thinking of ways to make your life difficult, and they're getting thwarted every fucking step of the way, and that card is making me smile like a motherfucker. Good. I love that. You don't have to do anything. Just sit back, put your feet up. You're fine. You've got this wall. There's some kind of protection around you. It's like Teflon or something. Like the Teflon thing, right? I don't know here. So that's what's going on. We'll find out tomorrow what actions they're going to take. Right? Maybe we could have some fun with that. I don't know. I'm going to write that one down. I always write yours down. I always do. It's always something cool. All right. But nobody else gets that kind of stuff for Sagittarius, just me. It really does come from like some dimension that's far, much further away than anything else here. I don't know what the hell is up with that. Anyway, what's up with you? Who the fuck are you? right? I mean, seriously. Capricorn, position 10. And again, you don't have to be a Sagittarius. You don't even have to have it in your chart. All right? Although I will say, again, I'm not your astrologer, this ain't your horoscope. You're probably very well protected if you have Sagittarius in your midheaven in your chart. I will say that if that's you, this is a very strong energy, right? For you. This would definitely be something. All right? That's the one instance where if it is in your chart, then whatever I read here is on crack for you. Okay? Just letting you know. All right. There you go. And that's it. That's the last time I'll mention charts. All right, here we go. Capricorn, position 10. King of Pentacles. You might think it's feedbacking off all the yellow ones. It's not. So stop thinking that. Let me worry about what it's feedbacking off of. It's actually feedbacking off of the Three of Swords. And that a little bit. So I'll just tell you. So if we had timestamps, you'd have to watch Leo and Cancer. All right? There you go. I want to be careful. I don't want a bunch of dead air here, but I want to be careful what I say. Because somebody's going to gift you something. All right? How do I phrase it? Somebody's thinking about gifting you with something. I want you to be careful of the gifts. All right? There's a lot of people, I'll give it to you this way, I'll throw some hocus pocus on it, okay? There's a lot of people, conspiracy theorists and things like that, who think that the aliens that are watching us have given us all the technology that we have, right? And let's just assume for a moment, it is an assumption, but let's just assume for a moment that that's true. So let's all, right on. The aliens gave us all the technology that we have. Let's assume for a moment that that's true. Did anybody bother to ask why? Because, while I don't think I'm smart, I don't think I'm particularly stupid either. And I think if I were going to take over, I wouldn't waste my energy trying to take over a fucking planet. I mean, this technology, if you look at it, it's kind of destroyed our society quite a bit. It's kind of an interesting way to destroy. You get everybody to put all their banking, all their money, all their everything into all this technology. And then all you got to do is flip a switch and you wipe them out. You just destroy the whole fucking thing, the whole society. Beware of the gifts. In fact, there's a part of the conspiracy theory is that was one of the crop circles. There was this crop circle that said, beware of the gifts and things like that. And it's a message that keeps coming up from people that whatever. It's that kind of thing that I have here. Somebody's offering you something that's very tempting. There's a motive behind it. You need to ask why before you accept it. You need to take the long view before you accept it. Because while in the immediate moment it may seem like it benefits you and furthers you along, in the end, if this person, you need to look at, well, what's in it for that person? Why would they just give me this stuff? Why do they want that? And I think you'll find that this is why I was very careful with this card. I think you'll find that, that there's a catch, shall we say. All right? Be careful. If I'm to give you the energy, it's not a reversed King of Pentacles. It's about like that. Okay. And it's tied to 3 swords and 7 pentacles. You're ready for what they're giving you, but it doesn't lead anywhere nice. Okay. Although in the immediate moment you might think it's a good idea. Beware the gifts. Right? They're not necessarily gifts. Or beware of this gift. It's not necessarily a gift. All right, here we go. Position 11, Aquarius. Sometimes my other wild cards, sometimes you guys show up here. These are very weird energies on this row. There's a lot of deep, deep energies coming. Okay, a lot of them. The people around you, this is not you guys, this is energies attached to you. The energies around you are adjusting to your way of thinking. I don't know whether that's good or bad. I think for you, you might think it's good. It ties a little bit. It's kind of feedbacking off of this a little bit. In the sense of, initially you might think that's good. That's good, Steve. Everybody around me is adjusting to my way of thinking. Yeah. I suspect your way of thinking requires a fairly high IQ to really get the most out of. That's what I suspect. And I'm not talking about you got to be Hawking or something like that, with some 200 IQ. You don't have to be that. I'm just saying your way of looking at things is more complex than what they're used to. So be careful about being excited by that. It may come and bite you in the ass. All right. So again, if I'm to tie it to here, try to temper your point of view a little bit. Okay. Pisces, position 12. Always read with 1 and 5. 5 I do not know, but we got a heart. We got a lot of love and a broken heart so far. The Chariot. I'm going to, randomly at the bottom is 8 cups. I'm going to have the universe add all this up. Somebody broke up with somebody. Somebody attached to you is thinking about breaking up with somebody. Or if you're in a relationship, it's dangerous for me to say this. Take it for what it's worth to you for entertainment purposes only. Read the legal disclaimers. They might be thinking about breaking up with you. They might be thinking about it. They might be thinking, you may have I'll riff on the energy some more, you may have inadvertently hurt somebody. Said something without realizing it. I don't know about that. But you might have. I don't know. Feels more to me like you've got somebody attached to you who's part of your journey in the soulmate cycle that's a little heartbroken right now, and they're going to come to you for some comfort. Okay? That's what I get. It's tied a little bit to what I said here in the Scorpio position, in position 8. Okay? So I think you can effortlessly help this person. The thing is with you, the difference between this and this, I don't think you necessarily want to help this person. All right? Well, it is what it is. Do what's best for you, but you do, not unlike this position, gain some karmic reward, some energetic reward, energetic benefit from doing it. That's just a word from me. Take it for what it's worth to you. I'm just a talking hand on fucking video. All right. 3 cards and a bottom card. Add it up, universe. Add it all up. I keep getting drawn to that. Beware the gifts. A gift that comes with a catch isn't a gift. Right? It's not a gift. All these wonderful toys. Interesting. Very interesting. Somebody's going to give you something that in the immediate you're like, wow, thank you. If I were you, I would question it. This is a shaky feeling off of that King of Pentacles. Might be future influence for you. And it doesn't matter whether you're a Capricorn or not. I want to point that out. Again, I'm not your astrologer. This ain't your fucking horoscope. All right, let's see where we go. Bottom of the deck, the King of Wands. Crossing the center card, I'm going to pull. Adding all this up. You have a very important card. I kept pointing to it. 3 of Cups, 3 of Cups. If a card, anything that's on the table shows up in the add it all up cards, that's a big deal. You got to pay attention, rewind and rewatch what I said. Or anytime I pointed to it. 8 of Cups. Yeah. And the 10 of Wands. And the 10 of Wands is right there. This is for a good number of you. Okay? Yeah, or more than just 1 or 2. Might even be, that's, wow. You really piss somebody off. You really upset somebody, I think. I mean, I don't know. Look, on the one hand, we're leaving this particular section out, right? On the one hand here, everybody's person is very emotional. But they don't want to hurt their ego. They want it to be smooth. They don't want to have to reveal that their heart is broken, that there's 8 broken cups. They want to be the hero. They want to be cool. That always happens with this Burger King, the King of Wands. They're very emotional. They're very much in a fragile state. But I get this 10 of Wands that's red with the 3 of Cups here. It's hard for this person to sit back and do nothing. All right? At some point, we're very close to a breaking point, to the dam breaking, the dam of emotion coming out. It would be wiser if this King of Wands, this egomaniac here, just let it out. The more you build it, that's why I always tell you guys, and I've been telling you since I got here, tell people how you feel. Don't hold it in. If you do that, it builds up and it builds up and it ruins you. Forgiveness is a very powerful energy. For a lot of you, you've got somebody you need to forgive, and it comes up in the energy all the time when I pull sometimes some of my offline reads. I'll pull on some of the people that watch my channel just so I kind of know, what type of energies I'm dealing with. Some of you, your love lives would improve tremendously if you forgave certain people in your life. There's a gaping void in forgiveness, right? Forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other person. Even if the other person's a fucker that did terrible things to you, forgive them. It's for you so you can go on with your life and be happy, right? Now, somebody else here, it's inevitable that they're going to come in, and it's inevitable because we've gotten to this point. It's inevitable that it's going to be an emotional outburst from this King of Wands. So just prepare for that at some point. Keep it in mind. Everybody's person's very emotional. Now on the Ten of Wands, somebody out there is trying to screw you over and they keep getting thwarted every step of the way. Yeah, it's making them real pissy. I suspect they're going to show up in front of you at some point. All right? And you'll still be fine. So, I mean, you probably will. We'll see tomorrow what actions they're going to take. But at some point here, I got a yes underneath that with the sun. So it's just tensions building, folks. It's probably what I'm going to title this reading. Tensions building. I think that sums it all up nicely on some level. And watch out for those gifts. All right? And if somebody's going to elevate you with something, but make sure you try to figure out why. I'll tell you, there's a motive there for sure with that sideways king. All right. Anyway, that's your reading. Make your own decisions. Do what you want to do. Right? That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Good luck.